Well, good evening, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining me on this Saturday night, the first of the second, 2025. We're moving away from January, can you believe it? And it's also Black History Month in the United States of America. There's so much things happening. I want to join. Also, I want to thank those who are joining me on Instagram as well. Let me see. Let's get that right there. Where is it? Yep. Joining me on Instagram. Those joining me on TikTok as well. Remember to like and share. And those joining me on YouTube, which is primary. So yep, if you're there, just join me and let's have a ball. Let's have a good interactive discussion tonight. Try to be a conduit of different discussions as much as possible. We are living in this world whereby there's ever-changing times, and as the topic which I put on tonight, the topic is this is what the topic is: the upcoming world reset. The upcoming world reset, but it's not going to be the typical upcoming world reset as we talked about. You know, going to look at the whole aspect of Trump, the whole aspect of deportation, the whole aspect of DEI, the whole aspect of spice, yes, and more as well. And I'm happy for you to join in. And there's always a link if you want to join in and be a part of the discussion. I'm hoping to have a couple of guests tonight. But I always say whether it come, it happen. Hey Michelle, how are you? Welcome, and thank you so much. And yes, so let's get the ball rolling. But before I start, I always like to ask, what are you drinking? This is Talking Sip Saturday night. Talking Sip Saturday night, we emanated from the COVID zone, from the COVID period. You remember that thing, COVID, with a lockdown? And that's where it came from, where we got together and we just had a ball. We just had a discussion. We asked persons what are they drinking, and maybe I should get some sponsors to sort of promote some of their drink. But what I have tonight is a pink Moscato with a small wine, and also have some sparkling water, which is good. It's very good. And normally when I drink the wine, I don't drink that much really, at church tomorrow. But you just turn water into wine, I'm trying to say. And there it is. Just a little. You can tell me what you're drinking. Please go ahead and find a drink and let's have discussion. When people sometimes have, oh, you're having water. Oh, right. Fantastic, Sandra. Water is very good, actually. I can have some water with you as well. They always say that in Jamaica, you got these rum bars. And Anil and myself, we used to talk about this in rum bars. That is where people sometimes open up and say things that they normally wouldn't say, They're free. I remember one time some years ago, oh my days. It's when they say these things. I think TikTok sort of think you're speaking about rum. So they pick it up as a restriction. TikTok is a bit funny. Come on, Trump, sort out TikTok, you know what I'm saying? And I think I've only been tipsy once, and it was at the New Kingston Wyndham or Pegasus, and it was an after work jam, and I think I was there playing. They said in the next day, they said I was playing the piano. Can you imagine that? I was playing the piano. I know sometimes I like to sing, but playing the piano, that was really, really crazy as well. But they say sometimes when you are around the rum bar, around people who are drinking, sometimes they come out with real issues, real things that what they're talking about. I'm trying to say real things. What do you say? Do you think that the wine or the liquor or so, make you want to speak real, say the real things? It could be that. Ted, how are you, man? Jamaica Music Museum, So that's it. So I'm just having a small drink. Please tell me what you're drinking, okay? And let us start the show this evening. And thank you. Well, thank you so much for joining, and thank you much for joining myself, Silver and Sidil, here in the UK. Michelle, you're drinking. I'm drinking fresh. What is fresh? Is it fresh water? Oh, yeah. Um, Cyprian, you're drinking coconut water this evening. Oh my days! They say coconut water that washes over your soul. I'm trying to say, Virgin, is that real coconut water, or is the one that you're buying at the shop in the box? Did you break it open and you drink it? And did you take out the jelly, this thing, and eat it, or you just biting on box? In the UK, I know you're in the UK. Stacey Thompson, what are you drinking? I know you do special with your soaps as well. What are you drinking? Um, well, anyway, I use a topic, and I say the upcoming world reset. Upcoming world reset. And when one hear the term reset, one actually sometimes think about these different things from years ago. When talk about world reset, uh we we talk about the WHO, we talk about the World Economic Forum, and these are things, but there's something that I saw, and this is not about the Great Reset, which is an initiative which launched by the World Economic Forum, WEF, in June 2020 as a response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Of course, this show started from the COVID-19 pandemic. That is the online virtual. I mean, I've been doing my show from 2015 still, you know. And as of February 2025, the concept has evolved and continues to be a topic of discussions and debate. Now, I'm not talking about the stakeholder economy promoting fairer outcomes through improved policies on taxes, regulations, and trade. No, I'm not talking about environmental focus, building green urban infrastructure, and incentivizing to improve their environmental, social, and governance ESG metrics. I know I'm not talking about the fourth industrial revolution, harnessing technological innovations for public good. No, I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is the whole aspect of Donald Trump. Oh yes, the whole aspect of Donald Trump. You know, what the mission said. I just did some blood building juice, which consists of beets, strawberries, pineapple, lemon, ginger, and fresh coconut water. Man, I think we need to give you an applause for that. I don't know. If we can can we give you an applause for that? Yeah, let's give an applause for that one there. That drink. Let's go. That's it, Michelle. Let's give you that round of applause. Let's go for that one there, because that seemed to be the number one juice of today, which is blood building juice. Consists of beets, strawberries, pineapple, lemon, ginger, and fresh coconut water. And also, just to sidetrack a bit, it's very important that we really do think about our health at this time. What we drink, what we put in. Going to the park, and like doing the walk in the park in the morning, walking, exercising, and what you put in your body. That is very good, as much as possible. Yeah. So what I'm talking about, the advent of Trump, the advent of where we're seeing America going, and we're seeing the repercussion. We're seeing the reaction. We're seeing people being proactive. We're seeing people even talking about they want to de-import themselves. Sorry, self-deporting themselves. People are wanting to do things. You know what I'm trying to say? Yes, Michelle, there you are. Applause, applause. You get an applause for what you're doing. Awesome. You know. So it is like, and even I'm gonna bring it, and I'm not talking about the Trump factor only. I'm talking about the things that I want to talk about. Even the Spice thing, where Spice want to go into school, and also now she may have to rethink how she does things for her to be acceptable in school. Maybe she got to go back to the initial part of some of her lyrics when she used to before she got a bit, you know what I'm saying? Not gonna say that one there, you know, and maybe in order to fit in the whole reset again at the same time is about even Jamaica, when the prime minister came out and he said that those who are coming back to this country, you know, this is not the same country as before that you left. And we've got to make changes and make sure you don't get caught up into different things because Jamaica is not the same as before. I'm sure he's not talking about 28 bank accounts or so like that. But so therefore there's a reset. And one thing he said, one thing that the Prime Minister of Jamaica said, he said this, that the skill sets that Jamaica send abroad when they go abroad and they develop other countries, maybe to come back and to Jamaica, with what you learned. So that is what that's what the Prime Minister is also saying. So that's also another massive reset. And then when we talk about the whole aspect of the DEI, and that sort of touch on that really. I hope Michelle that you come on as well, and I hope that Vanessa come on, and I hope that O'Neill comes on, and I hope that Sandra Pullers one day you'll come on as well and share different views, different perspective. This is what they say. This is the Thinking Man show. This is whereby you know we can have these discussion. And of course, and as we're talking about it, we talk about the food and talk about the drink as well, like we hear it's delicious too. I hope you'll send us the some sample of that drink that you're talking about in the comment section, Michelle. That would be great, so all of us can be a partaker of the process. Yeah. We're seeing this whole advent with this world shift, and even let's look at the DEI. Let's look at the DEI. And that's a classic one. There's like this shift in the DEI, whereby they said one strike of a pen, bam, and it's out. Executive order, and it's out. Shifting. It's not more and about trying to fit in people, but it's trying to fit in the right person. Is it? Or so? DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And also, I must say, this is Black History Month as well. This is Black History Month, and I always say that you cannot stop Black history no matter what you do. And this is Black History Month. Yep, Black History Month. That's in the United States of America. You can't cancel that, can you? I don't think you can cancel that. But anyhow, let's go back to the DEI. It is an organizational framework that aims to promote fair treatment and full participation of all people, especially in the workplace. Key components: diversity, recognizing and valuing differences among individuals, including race, gender, ethnicity, age, sexual orientation, disability, and other characteristics. 2, equity, ensuring fairness and justice by providing resources and opportunities based on individual circumstances to achieve equal outcomes. 3, inclusion, creating an environment where all employees feel valued. All employees feel valued based on respected and have a sense of belonging. Importance and implementation. DEI initiatives are designed to foster a work environment where people from various backgrounds feel welcome and supported. Improve organizational culture, and performance by incorporating diverse perspectives. Address historical underrepresentation and discrimination in the workplace. Many organizations implement DEI through policies, training programs, and strategic initiatives to create more diverse, equitable, and inclusive workplace. The concept of DEI has evolved since the mid-1960s, shifting from a focus on compliance to a more comprehensive approach to organizational culture. Some variations of the acronym include DEIB, diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. JEDI, JEDI, justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion. DEIA, diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility. Barriers emphasize additional aspect of creating inclusive environment and addition systematic equalities. So what we're seeing here is they're saying that they're wanting to shut down certain aspect of that. Is it, or is it that they're wanting to sort of streamline things into a more, what should I say, not equitable, not diverse, but efficient system? Let me see. Let me just bear with 1 second here. Yeah, Vanessa, how are you doing? Let me know if you're ready to come on. Put your hands up and wave it in the air. Wave it around if you just don't care. Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up. Let me have a thumbs up when you're ready. Yeah. All right, no problem. That's all right. Got Vanessa live. Hey, Bibsy Boo, how are you doing? Hope the show was great. Um, you know, in the UK, for argument's sake, you've got a commission for racial equality, and that was established and set up in a way. Let me see. Okay, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Your thumbs up. Walk on.
Yeah. Irie.
Irie.
Yeah,
So like you,
Irie.
it sounds like you want to say, "I want to feel I." So I. That's how it sound. Is
Well,
that so?
California is feeling very high with the what they plant and legalize there. Sure, it
Okay. It's
was
not like
influenced by Jamaica
it's
and
not
the
that you're drinking
Jamaican
something.
philosophy.
You're not drinking
Well,
anything.
I drinking some cranberry and ginger juice made by myself.
Okay. Okay. Well, I want to tell you that the number one the number one drinking thing over here is blood building juice, which consists of beets, strawberries, pineapple, lemon, ginger, and fresh coconut water. That is by Michelle Clark. That's the number one drink, yeah, which is there to help build up your system. Um, but yeah, I use the word upcoming world reset, Vanessa. Upcoming world reset, because a lot of resetting is happening, and I'm not talking about the World Economic Forum one. I'm talking about all in different aspects. I'm talking about even with spice. I'm talking about even with the deportation. I'm talking about people going to Jamaica. Everybody's resetting. It's like they're operating within this sphere of the essence of the Trump. You know?
I would. I'm not sure if
Mm,
that's well. That's a good way of putting it, but there
yes,
are
yes,
alternatives.
yes,
Because it could be backsliding. It could be that
yes.
we're backsliding on some things that we shouldn't,
Mm,
and it could be a different way of doing things,
yes,
and it could be like a boil. You
yes,
know, it could be like a boil that is there and it just burst out open and all the unpleasant things that comes
yes.
out of
Yes, and
it.
everything. Yes, yes,
And there was a story about the emperor's new clothes. I
yes,
like to tell story.
yes,
And this man, somebody persuaded him that you could walk around in this invisible clothes. And the story that he went on he went on without clothing, following people. And the story how he was disgraced because there's no such thing as an invisible clothes.
yes,
Moral of the story is be careful what we follow, because somebody may come with 10 ideas, two are good, three is good, but
mm,
not everything. So you have to decipher from so-called leaders.
yes.
Yeah.
I think you may be reading that comment there by Cyprian right there, which I believe you can relate to, isn't it?
Okay, many Jamaicans gain experience abroad but are discouraged from returning due to limited opportunities at home. Does not support this. Well, I heard you spoke on your introduction about
Mm,
I would call it the I'm not gonna mince my words on this. The
yes.
hypocrisy that is spitted out by some politicians.
Mm,
For example, I'll give you there's crime everywhere in the world, but
yes.
people don't wash their dirty linen in public. when they don't
Mm.
want to talk about their own crimes, they will speak about the immigrants' crime and pretend as if it is only outsiders who commit crimes, and
Yes.
that's a way of they say big finger never tell a lie. It's a way of pointing, taking, deflecting. Or there's a saying that you don't solve crime. I'm going somewhere with this. You don't solve crime by reporting it or talking about it, except it's as a result of what should be the solution. I
Yes.
heard someone today on Instagram saying that, oh, we welcome, we welcome what the good ones back, we welcome some of the good persons back from Jamaica
From the
and
States, I mean,
from the
into
state.
Jamaica.
Well,
Yeah.
my brain is always thinking of Jamaica as a first world, So
Yes.
pardon the people, pardon my, my
Hi, Michelle.
seeing
How are you? Yeah.
no,
Mm.
seen in the future because we owned Cayman and we were the first in a lot of things, Jamaica. Let me remind them. And I heard the Prime Minister, somebody reporting that that he welcomed the skill set back home and he's glad for them. I personally paid for my skill set, and I struggled to pay for it in other people's country because my country had closed many doors. And then the last part of it that I found most offensive was when they said, "Oh, the for those who are not behaving, um, the police is here and they are not the same JCF that you left." I wonder if they've become more for politicians in not locking them up.
You mean to
No,
say meet your maker or meet your creator? Meet your
your
maker
creator.
or meet your judge?
I do not see why you're threatening your citizens if they want to come back home. And 99% of the Jamaicans who are abroad illegally, that's the only crime they would have ever committed. I can vouch for my people that
Yeah.
most of my people are good, law abiding citizens who are in other people's countries as a result of the mentality of our barrel government,
Yeah.
government's mismanagement of the economy. So I
Yeah.
don't know why, if you're going to take back, it's to say, welcome home. And if there are criminals among them, we have to deal with that internally. But
Yeah.
especially in Reggae Month, I don't want somebody to go out there and let it seem like we are a set of criminals, because most Jamaicans are law abiding. And you need
Yeah.
to take back your citizens and the reasons why they might have become criminal. You forget the level of poverty that your government and the opposition and all of those politicians, the
Mm.
lawbreakers who are in the parliament telling other people to make law, the so-called justice people and security people, you
Yeah.
forget the poverty that causes the crime and that led them out in the first place. Yeah, they
Okay.
don't like us coming home. So
Yeah.
don't even let me start because I am
Don't worry.
so
Don't worry. Don't worry. We're warming you up. Michelle, how are you doing? You're on speak. You're on mute, Michelle.
And Dep, I'm mute. I'm
Yeah.
doing great, everyone. How is everyone doing tonight?
Yeah.
great.
We good. We good. We good. And thank you for sharing that great juice that you have in the blood builder.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
that's
telling
awesome.
you.
Michelle, as I said, I talk about the world reset and not talking about the World Economic Forum, even though that's the main thing. But I was talking about the United States there regarding this DEI. And I believe you have some perspective of it because what they're saying it's been cancelled. They're saying Black History Month is cancelled. They said at the swipe of a pen, executive orders, Trump has just cancelled the whole thing from 1960 with the civil rights movement and all those sort of things. Is that correct?
Well, that's what they're saying. Listen, I wasn't one that celebrate Black History Month.
Mm,
I wasn't one that, happy Black. No, I was not. Me not celebrate Black History for just in February and that's it. So
yeah,
that doesn't even appeal to me at all. And with this
yes,
DEI thing, Black Americans have to realize that it's a part of it's in the affirmative action. And if them really know what the affirmative action really who it really benefit, they would stop talking.
mm,
It didn't benefit Black American people. It really benefited white females, white women, and
mm,
low and middle class white men.
yeah,
Okay? And when they talk about colored people. Like I was telling you earlier, Silburn, when they saying that this civil right for colored people, it's not really not our color. It's for the
Mm,
Asians, for the Puerto Ricans, and the lighter skinned people. It's not about us. And people need
mm,
to stop because when them a hire we, it only was supposed to be a certain percent. When that law came out, they have to, when them a file them taxes, them have to have a certain percent, that them have a certain percent of black people in their. But we know that when you go on your interview, them go by your name. If your name Rashida, them know you're a black female, even if it's you want to fill your application out and they don't even see you, just by your name. Them write a beep on the application there. Okay.
mm, mm.
So you people need to, black folks need to stop thinking that way, that it was equal. It was never equal.
Yeah.
It was never equal. It was all just a show thing, and we never benefited from that. White woman benefited from it, not us. And that's it. The civil right business, them need to cut out civil right business and do human rights.
Mm,
Human rights, not no civil rights. Okay? If you realize, like I was telling you, in America, we don't have a attorney named a human rights attorney. We only have civil rights attorney. And it's bull crap.
mm. Like
That's all I'm
like
ever saying
attorney
right now.
like Attorney Crump and
Yeah, and
those.
those people. And Sharpton and them people that I can't stand for see them.
Well, I noticed that Cyprian earlier said that Black History Month should be cancelled long time ago. What's your take, ladies and gentlemen, on Black History Month for those in the States, for those on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook? What's your take on Black History Month? Should it be cancelled? Should Black History Month be not even a term, but it's like it's relegated in 1 month. In the UK, it's October. In the USA, it's February. But really and truly, the program or so is that it should be carried on. People within their home should be teaching their children about Black history, about
Exactly.
their forefront.
And it's not like I'm a new resident here in the United States. I'm there from the age of 7.
Yeah,
I'm at 60 now. So I live
yeah.
most of my life here in the United States.
Vanessa, what's your take on this? So
Um,
DEI, Black
sometimes
history.
it's not easy. I think why people don't are rebelling against it is because it is a reminder of what should have been that it is not. I would not cancel it.
Mm,
Um, I won't say I'm a stickler for ever celebrating it, but for those who want to use it as a pin to remind them that you're still committing injustices and we are not invisible, we are still here. I think
mm,
it should remain as a symbolic reminder, and also people should use it how they can to bring to the fore the pus and the corruption that is in the continues to be in the boil.
yeah,
As Bob Marley says, until the color, still Eli Selassie,
yes.
until the color of a man's skin is no more significant than the color of his eyes, then
Mm,
there will be war. Have we gotten there yet? Is all this Black history celebration and are we there?
mm,
Where are we in terms of race relations? Because the world has they have I wouldn't call it, they have backslidden. I mean, total backsliding in disrespecting people, calling even those brown skinned people a pile of rubbish. Those Spanish people, they were
mm.
called by some politician a pile of rubbish in the ocean, um, taking people up and put. I just think
But what
all
is new? There's
what
nothing
is
new.
there's nothing new.
It's just that, guess what? What is new? Me
Mm.
rather for know what my enemy I think than me think that him is a friend of mine. I'm gonna know him I think. So guess
But
what?
you
All me see it.
Mm,
Me see that them talk out so you know who they are.
But you know
yeah.
something though, you cannot. I will not follow evil. I tell you, it took me a long time to get to this place of forgiveness. And I think God has put me in some societies where I am possibly the only one that looks like me.
Mm,
And from some of most of the people, I have received a lot of love. From some, I have been met with suspicion, which I have tried to use a smile and to not explaining myself. But sometimes when people live far away from each other, even as the same race, we even as the same race, we tend to think differently of each other. And the more you get close to human beings of the same, there is one race, and it is a human race. There, if you cut that set of people, you will see the same color blood.
You see, I was watching looking at some in Ghana, the point of no return. When people go through the tunnel there and the point of no return. Those are historical things which happened many years ago, the transatlantic slavery. And if it is not being taught, people will somehow forget these things along the way. And that is why, if you notice with the Holocaust, um, they ensure that you never forget. They
Oh,
always
that
talk
one should
about,
be that one too should
Why
be
do we
abolished.
always have to think that we have to teach our kids about the the slave thing? Where history never begin with slavery. Where
and no,
history never
no, no,
begin with
no, no,
slavery.
but you're right, you're very right about that. You're very right about that.
Teach
And
them
that
that
means
we were kings and queens.
yes. Yeah.
Okay, our history didn't don't begin with slavery. So when I have to teach you picking them things that okay, we
But
So
don't.
don't
we
you
need
think?
to reset.
But don't
We
you?
need
But
to
don't you?
reset. We need to reset.
Yeah.
As Silver had said, the topic of here is reset. As Michelle is saying, Michelle is
Mm,
perfectly right in that we need to reset the curriculum. We
mm,
need to reset the curriculum. We need
Yeah.
to put a lot of things right in terms of where the right pressure points should be in this so-called Black History
mm,
Month. And as a people,
mm,
um, advocate for the curriculum, what we are using it to do. You said you wanted to teach civics the other day. Possibly we have
mm,
to use a TikTok to change the curriculum in schools globally and even
mm,
start with our own country, who are the product of colonialism, which is taking away one's culture and replacing that culture,
mm.
transplanting their own. And in fact, no race is pure because we are all mixed up. If you look at our hair, our skin, our family, the world it has changed. Families are mixed today. You have what you call white human and black human and brown human mixing up together, having children. It's a different kind of world. We have to learn as human beings to live in this world in peace. And where you have dictators who are trying to divide and rule, the
Yes.
human race need to get up and stand up. You notice I'm talking about Bob Marley songs. The human race needs to think that, oh, you die and go to heaven in a Jesus name, man. Selassie name or Muhammad name or whichever name, you die and go to heaven in that name. Get up and stand up as a race, as a human race. Do not let the color divide us, because it is in the face of tyranny and few people. You have some tyrants that are in leadership all over the world. Some of the tyrants don't want to take back their diaspora because they want to inherit the money. Some of the tyrants want people to work and build their countries and send them
Yes.
home. Some of the tyrants want to drop bombs in other countries. Some of the tyrants want their religion to be dominant on other people, and we listen. There is one race, one race. Let us not let a
One
dictator.
race, baby, but that's the thing with us black folks. Let me tell you something. We
I know we
always
have
try
issues,
fit
but I am
in.
saying
We
Yeah.
why.
let me just say this. Let me say this.
Say it, Michelle.
There's
Say it.
one. Me's a rebel all the way. Me's a rebel all the way. And me believing the only time you will have change is if there's a revolution. And that's it in at this time right now. We
In
better
this
stop
holy
pussyfoot
atmosphere.
around. Stop the
Well,
Mm,
pussyfooting around.
but
The
I
only
tell you something
change
though.
that's gonna be made right now is a revolution. That's the only change I'm gonna make. You
But
understand me?
I agree. I wouldn't say agree, but I'm just saying that
We can't. We
we
gotta stop. We gotta
have
stop this trying
we,
to be. They're not trying to do that. And I'm straight out. We
listen.
straight
However,
out.
you
Listen,
see, you know,
you have
one
good black,
second.
you
Let
have
Michelle
good
finish.
white people. You have
Yeah.
have white people that yes, them deal with the fight. But let me tell you something. A lot of them don't want to hear it. Them
because it
don't want to
reminds
hear
them
the
of the
truth.
past, of which some of them were not a part of. And
And they keep on saying they're not a part of it, but guess what? They're still operating off of the inheritance of it. Give it up then. Give it up then.
Well,
Give up the inheritance then that they took off of our back.
So what they're saying, the structure, the racial structure which they've inherited, that structure. That's what you're saying, Michelle, in a way. They've inherited.
Exactly. It's all off of our back.
Implement this.
You feel a way about it as white folks, right? You feel a way about it, and that wasn't, I wasn't born in that time. Your whole of your family, them, your gingeration, them come down, the whole of them get off fight. So guess what? Give it up then. Give it up then.
Let
us implement this in terms of what is going on, because as a legal policy analyst, I tend to, and a social scientist, I tend to put everything within policy and law. Now, these people who are being deported and thrown out, and somebody is saying, I heard that Mr. Trump, he said, well, these slaves who are here and some things is for them and not for other people who are just coming, and
birthright. You were talking about the birthright.
Yeah. Okay, let me turn this into law now. No, I am saying that for all of those who you are deporting because you do not like the fact that they are there, some of their monies are in as you say, bank accounts that are not in their names, and the holders who are helping them would fall of the crime. But I am saying that if you're saying some things are, if he said that he thinks the slaves had inherited, should be, he said they should get some things, basically. No, I am saying that no, possibly those, why doesn't that extend to reparations then? We don't
want reparation. We shouldn't want reparation. You know what we should want? Reclamation. Reclaiming what is ours.
Stick a pin right there.
No reparation. We don't want handouts.
I want to ask,
no handouts.
What happened to the mixed blood people then?
Reclaim.
No, I'm asking a question because you have white.
We're not talking about them. We're talking about we right now. We are talking about.
No, I cannot be. Well, I agree with you. That's why this program is interesting, because we have to differ. That's why I like.
We are talking about right now.
So we are here tonight. You know what I saw, and this is what makes this program very interesting. No, I am being an advocate. That's a devil advocate. I am asking.
We are not devil. We're not devil in the place.
What about RGs? Whatever. I'm being an advocate.
I'm not winding up here.
What about people who come from what you call two different races, and they are caught in the middle of this? What about people who do what they in their own societies? You really think that people in some of the, because all right, where you are located influences how you think. Now, if you are located in an area that is primarily looking like us, you probably
not at all, girl. Not at all.
Right. Okay, so if you are in quarters where you are in a public sphere, where you see people that don't look like you, people that don't look like you are really talking and trying to advocate, be it not in the TV and the radio, that we do not agree with this policy, we do not agree, don't like it, and they frown at it. You understand? Now, the political party structure is what enables this kind of behavior, because sometimes, even our country and this one, all countries, sometimes you don't agree with the leader, but because you're part of that structure, you put in a leader so your party can win and think that you can influence them. And only to see, last night I had a broom and tonight I have a pen. I have a pen here, only to see that this person is like this. No, it's a pen. And you put them in thinking the party structure could control them. Let us not forget as a world that once we vote in our leaders, that the party structure is no longer in there, the government, and they have power.
Okay, so I'm going.
In America, America, when you're the president, you don't run the country. I know you run nothing.
All right,
you might put it in.
Yeah,
but it doesn't mean that it's word.
Okay, hear me out for a second, yeah, because Michelle, I'm gonna come to you with a question that somebody asking for you. You're gonna respond to this, Michelle. After I come back with what I'm saying, expound on reclamation, please. What are Caribbean citizens reclaiming system? So, Michelle, you're gonna answer that, yeah. Now, I was talking to someone earlier today on my when I was in the park. He said, "But Silver, we're not victims." When I mentioned about Black History Month, and I said, "I guess you need to make a comparison with the Holocaust. You'll see that the Jews never forget what they went through, and likewise Africans should never forget." And the person said, "Silver and Citadel, I'll never forget what they did to my ancestors, but we have to free our mind from slave mentality. We are not victims. And I don't think Jamaicans have that mindset like a lot of African Americans. I look people in their eyes and shake people's hands because they have a right to be here like anyone else, no matter the color of their skin or religion. My blood runs red like every person in my vein. I respect everyone unless they give me call." What's your take to that answer? What the lady said.
Who you
Hello?
asking to?
Anyone. I'm asking what's your take on that?
Well, that's her feelings, and that's the
Mm,
way she think.
Well,
Seven different kids, seven different minds,
yes,
and that's
yes,
what she
yes.
think.
And
You know
that
what
is
I'm
a
saying?
democracy.
My
You
my
can
blood might run red too. Yeah, it run red,
mm,
but guess what? The way the society go right now, and that's the way I live it. It's not
yeah,
so
living so.
she's speaking from feelings, and
Okay.
she's speaking from feelings, and as Karl Marx, social scientist, says, the more things change, the more they
more things
remain
remain the same.
the same. So we always have to be vigilant, and that is why I feel that the Jews have every right to remember the Holocaust, because it
Yeah,
takes one person to come in and say, I want every person who has a glasses on. I am signing this law. All of you are going in the middle of the ocean to live,
yes,
right? And you're going, we're going to drown with the fish them down there for we can't see swim. So it takes one dictate, and that's why Black history and all of those things, we have to remember them, because people have to know that it takes one little sting to strike for it start again. And then a
yes,
rebel, if we do not have a balance in the society where we monitor these things and try to put a lid on them, we're gonna have revolution. And you know what's gonna happen? We're going to burn down everything that we build. It's not going to be race. We're going to burn down the buildings. We're going to fight. We're going to kill. Everything will erode itself because one person is dividing and ruling. No, I am saying, as a world, we
yes.
need to be very careful with with how we start turning against each other, because I just talk about the devil, because that is what the devil wants.
And you know what, the whole division with even with DEI and so on, I'm seeing so many division within black people at the same time. It's like they're turning against themselves. Let's go to that question there. Expound on the reclamation statement. You know?
I did. I said when I say reclamation, it means reclaiming what is ours. What well not mine, it's been about in America.
Mm,
Reclaiming what is black Americans. Okay? All of this that the white man have and take over, all of this what them call the America. Okay? It was stolen. Do what it's stolen. So it not belong to them either. Where when you hear Trump is talking about, I know it's not your land either. You stole it. You did it by
dominated.
murdering, raping, everything. That's how you gain what you have. That's what you did. Because the type of human beings that we are is that we are loving human beings, and we try. You know, see what them do? Them come and them give we the Bible, bow your head and pray. And when we
Mm,
open up we eye, them have the land and we have the Bible stuck in our hand.
mm, mm.
Mm.
So whatever them gain and what them have is by them look on we like we are the brutal one, and them are the brutal one. They are the one that is the terrible ones.
Are you aware that even amongst Black people in even Africa, saying that there's one village that would capture another village and take over, and kings and bloodshed, even at a village level? There is what you call tribal war or village war or whatever. And then so basically that is at a village or at a country level. And then
Yes.
at a global level, I do not know, when God put man on this earth, what happened, why we're so wicked. And you know what is bothering me as a person? I don't see any of the races forgiving and trying to do better. And I am wondering if what Michelle is talking about, the past with the history and the raping and the plundering, I am wondering if some people really want to go back to that today, because the last time those raping and plundering took place, cane pieces were set on fire and all that.
Sheffrin, we were here in America. Black people was in
Yes.
America before the white folks them. So read the history, brother.
So I am saying,
Yes, friend.
hold on, I didn't.
Read
So
that history, brother. Black people was in America before the whites came here.
I was saying, I am wondering if they want to go back to the days where people have to use militant means to defend it. Is that where we're going? Because now there's going to be a real problem when you have children that have interracial, what you call, is it interracial parents, and a child is caught in the middle of this. And it will divide homes and divide countries and divide communities. Is that kind of cannibal life that we are going back to as a world? Is that where we want to go to? Is there no place of peace in this world? Where are we going as a world? What are we resetting to? Where are we going? I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Listen, I don't want to die this kind of way, It's a careless way to just everybody start fighting, and I goodly have to lose all my life and my picnic them or somebody. Where are we going? Who are we following? Are we following people with high intellect, good morals, good ethics? All the people who are up, we spoke about the lawyers, and I said there were too many of them in parliament. Right now, they are very quiet about injustice, and the civil rights should be led by them, right? So all they're talking about is how to win politics. The lawyers are the upholder of civil rights and justice in the world. That profession is charged with that. Now, how come them so quiet? Some of them. Even in Jamaica, some of the attorney generals filed a suit the day the issue dropped. In Jamaica, I'm going back to Jamaica, because that's my home. I even wonder when our government is the attorney general is the upholder of rights, and the citizens who are being deported have rights, and they are now being labeled by their leader as a criminal coming home. And what does the attorney general, who is by politician, by virtue of the political structure, what powers do they have, if not to do anything about this kind of labeling our citizens as criminal? And once you do that, you tend to take away their right in the implementation process of processing the so-called returning residents who are coming back, because I am not going to call them any deportees. Once they get to Jamaica, they are not deportees, they are citizens, and we ought to treat them as such. Because
listen to this. Listen to this.
With crime and violence to undermine what we have been building here. Let me be clear to you.
Hold on.
We intend to come back with crime and violence to
undermine
what we have been building here. Let me be clear to you that this is not the Jamaica that you left 10 or 20 years ago. It is not the JCF that you left 10 or 20 years ago. You will either meet a judge or your maker if you come back to Jamaica and violate our laws and create havoc. I know that there are many who will be returning to Jamaica, coming back to lovely communities like these, rural areas like these, and they may attempt to set up gangs, get involved in scamming and undermining the values of the communities that they return. We will not tolerate it.
So you're turning on your citizens. You are turning on your citizens at a vulnerable time.
Is that what he's actually saying, or are you just giving a guidance to say that
you know what? No, with Silburn, let me tell you something. Me don't want to hear nothing. You see, when our citizens are being spitted out, in volumes, because another country say it's not that they are criminals, we just don't want them here, and you have to take your citizens them back. Barrel government. It's a typical Jamaican licky person that, just because him not going to get no more remittance and no more barrel now go send, they are of no use to you, right? Your economy right now when them send them back because him not have nothing to get him come. They are not criminals, Where is the Attorney General? Where is the human rights leaders in Jamaica who will stand up for those citizens who are returned because they are economic migrants? They are not deportees. Who is putting? I hope that is not in any law.
Mm. Mm.
Deportation is a process. It is not. It is not a title and a name and the stigma that goes with it. The world is vulnerable at this moment. Our citizens coming home are vulnerable. Some of them you need to roll out a red carpet because they were the de facto social services, cleaning shit, cleaning street, taking care of old people, sending that money back home. Because if we never had that remittance, as Michelle said, we'd have a revolution or a reclamation, because nothing wouldn't take the blow at Jamaica with all the hunger turn up.
And you're right, and you're right about the fact that a lot of these persons, because they don't have a sort of regulated system over there, they will send the money back. They are the ones who are actually sending a lot of money back, really, because I'm not one of those persons who are sending money back. I mean, I don't know Michelle or so, But
no, because I don't have my immediate family are all here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So like
Jamaica National. You see Jamaica National, you see all the people that were illegal, we have like a system where you see for them bank account must be with Jamaica National, and it must work globally. And nobody, just one of the states, said that they are not going to give the data for deportation to the government to implement this law, No, I am saying that this data would be controlled. Every state who is illegal, that data will be controlled. So you see, when they put their money in this account abroad, we need to set up our systems to capitalize. So you see, when people go home, they have their money in a Jamaican account. So because a lot of their monies are left here. And because they're not taking it with them and they're going home with plastic bag over them head and barefoot and in chains, our government should even make them have to walk off of the plane. You have to dress them in a clothes and make them walk out normally and have one little place so them look dignified, because of vulnerable people this.
Is it that?
Yeah, but a lot of them don't even want you to see their face or for you to know that they are a deportee.
Come on,
a lot of the deportees them don't want people to see that them get deport back home, because sometimes it turn out that them set up these people because them think that, okay, since I'm a deportee still, them they are going with big things up in America and them set them up. So a lot of the deportees them really don't want to be recognized.
And I see them have them with them hand and them a walk out. And almost as if that person who could be just a little hustler, them like a cleaning worker, America, you need to get some clothes when them coming down. Get some clothes.
But
put on the clothes
but isn't it that the first set that they started to is people who immigrants who had committed crime and them just happen to get out fair way upon court dates.
That seemed to be the priority ones which they are working on,
Yeah.
As well. But I saw something where the Jamaica ambassador and guys, I'm going over into the deportation area now, because I noticed a point that Cyprian and you were talking about before I go there. But it was not stolen from the blacks. That's the thing. We can't be consistent and agree on what we want as a people. We are divided in so many ways. And he said, no, the natives and Arabs were the one that were in.
And how did America attain it? By raping and killing and giving them smallpox and every damn thing.
Yes. And what's happening is that PM is actually welcoming and giving assurance in his statement. I was waiting to hear Silburn will clarify. But wait, I do, Cyprian, I do have another video actually. And here it is. Cyprian is right.
We are prepared to receive all.
Silburn, you can't play it.
I can't hear.
Sorry. Can you hear?
Jamaicans always.
Can you hear now?
Yes.
We are prepared to receive all our hard-working Jamaicans who have been in the United States or wherever they may have gone for economic benefits. Jamaica has always been, since its colonial days to now, a net supply of talent to the world. It's maybe a good thing to have some of our Jamaican talent return to our shores to help us to build our country.
Well, well, well. You have heard
You
what he
look like
said.
him a welcome home the hard-working ones, but the ones
Well,
when
well,
them catch with
I
teeth
I
up
think
there,
I
they
think what
want
he
them back in and
Nobody
do
need to
Well,
end that
Vanessa,
sentence there, so. Him
Vanessa,
nobody, him never did need to end that sentence there, so. Him
oh, you
never
mean
have to say nothing about no criminal where I come
okay,
back.
okay,
Because
okay,
to me,
okay,
that is you give something with one hand. You give
and
a
take it
pen
back.
with one hand and you take it back. Because
Okay,
why not? Let me tell you something. I had to do 10 weeks of court visits to England. You see, in the court system of England as one of my courses.
yeah,
And the amount of crime that is in that country. Every country have the crime. You don't hear them go up on the news every day unless it really ghastly. I talk about crime, 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 crime. If you see, I see the Ministry of Culture putting out something to do with it was a festival or something was keeping in the middle of it. Them have one caption about domestic violence and crime. This is a festival, but a cultural thing. So me
yes.
I say why the Ministry of Security does stay over there, so and everything them I talk about, they must label which this them as criminals. I am saying to you, deal if there are criminals among them, just deal with them. But don't add that sentence. They should have. You have to go just take a criminal. Maybe you need to get a psychologist at the airport to find out what happened. Why
Yeah.
you citizens them a turn so much criminal? Why them hungry and have a thief? Why who are rob up the money and thief up the money make the system now no
Yeah.
social services? Why is
Well,
the culture being squandered? I
well,
want to know.
mhm. Well, Jamaica ambassador to the States, Audrey Marks, is appealing to Jamaicans to desist from creating panic by overstating the number of Jamaicans likely to be deported from the United States under the stepped-up enforcement measures of President Donald Trump. But it has been happening. I think Audrey Marks or what somebody was saying that every last Thursday of the month, you got planes coming over with persons being deported from the states before Donald Trump thing. But I think the point what Cyprian is actually saying here, and he's saying he listened to the whole thing and it was positive all around. But what you're saying, Vanessa, is
Don't
say
add
what
that.
you're saying, but don't drop in that last bit there.
Do not drop it in because you have to take them back. And nobody
Either
don't
way,
need to know.
either way.
No, you have to take them back either way. And
Yeah,
he's assuming is the prime minister must speak on data. He
yeah.
must come out, and if he's not speaking, he doesn't need to. He needs to implement. If there are criminals among them, you put them there. But do not go around and label these people because we know send him back home, put some and around. Send me a musician, send him back. There's this contempt of everybody that touches a foreign side. When the returning resident come home, it's if they don't label them as criminal, them label them as mean and wicked, and them go foreign and them have everything. And by the virtue of listen, we have a certain level of. I want to start to say a crowdfunding. I want the numbers of the deportee, and we want to start a crowdfunding to get some accommodation temporary for them people to live when they are deported because we have this going on. We need some food for them for 6 months to a year. And we also need, if they have health concerns, a national insurance scheme to help them. Because all of these people were part of the foreigner. I have to take up from them because yes, we can crowdfund.
Vanessa,
Yes.
are the government supposed to supply that? If anything.
Right.
Listen, reality is you have people out there where struggle to take care of their own family, much less we set up some dog. Straight out.
Yeah.
Period.
No.
You have people here
I am not
that
mixing
is
up that
struggling to
issue.
even take care of their own doggone family. For me to be thinking about, I'm going to set up some bank account in Jamaica for some people that got deported. I'm sorry.
I am saying that is a separate issue, and that too needs to be addressed.
What too needs to be addressed?
This what you're talking about with crime and hungry people and the hunger.
No, you bring that up. Me, I said that is for the government to have a program that when them have deportees come back home, this is how them set them back up. This is how they set them up. That's the government's responsibility to do that. Not a regular citizen like me or whatever. Me have my family when me have to take care right now. Me have to think about them and marriage and this and that.
Okay, go on, Michelle. Go on, Vanessa. Go on. So you're saying Vanessa, yeah.
It's a suggestion. You might differ with me and you have every right to. I am just saying that these people become vulnerable members of society because of stigma, and they turn into what you are now labeling them as. You know what? Them are going to people yard, go pick up the mango off of the tree because them hungry, because them not immediately are come down with not nano jobs. And it is, I'm just saying that perhaps we need to have some kind of temporary fund charitable organized. Maybe it's Red Cross, maybe it's Father
Yeah.
some charity or something.
There was an organization called Hibiscus, I believe some time ago, that used to deal with persons being deported. But I listened to the point what you're saying, and I listened to what Cyprian is saying about what the Prime Minister has been saying all around, that it's been positive. But I believe the negative bit will stick more than the positive
need to take
bit.
it a step further, you know.
The criminal,
the good one, them what him used to, the barrel brethren there, that put this barrel man there, him need to tell me. It's like when him used to get money from the remittance them through the barrel there, so him need to tell me how much charity must save, because the people them take a risk where benefit our country. And we want to know how much charity you put where. So if the people them, if the next government say we don't want to, so you have as Michelle said, the government to do it. She right about that, but me and say we can help out too, because a dire circumstance. And it's like emergent. This is like a flood or a hurricane, you know. Nobody ever see that drop from the sky, you know. Him just come with a pen and him just write say me no want to the go and take this plane and you nothing can stop him. So it's an emergency. And I am saying, same like how you donate for other emergencies. Because
these are persons. Yeah, because these are persons who didn't plan for this, and this is something which has happened, and therefore the nation should take them back. Just like how Colombia bit now, Colombia said they're going to take back their people. They didn't like how they were being transported by in chains, whatever that was the case.
My motto is, you better stay ready, so you not forget ready.
Stay ready, be not get ready, you know.
Well, so you not forget ready. That's my motto. So if you know, hold on, if you know that you are here illegal, right? And you heard all of this that was coming down. If you keep up with current and all them things, that you know this will come down.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you know you're not safe. So you have to have a plan. There always should be a plan when you're in a situation like that. That's how I see it.
And right from the time leading up to the elections or so, Trump kept saying it.
Exactly. So you should have a plan.
I am at our barrel government and the civil rights leaders and human rights advocates there, that there is a situation here. And I want to know, as a Caribbean and as Africans and as a third world, how we are going to deal with this, because it seems that is going to stretch out bigger than the other lots of because they're going into schools now, that the teachers now have to be forming barricades. This is different from the other ones, you know. This is a team set out to match an agenda. In normally deportation trickles, you know, but this one now how they are going about it, they just calling up people. And I am asking, where is that who's the human rights person in the government out there? Because the Prime Minister might feel this way, and I might feel him same welcoming the good ones. Them all right, good to him. If he never said the last part, as Cyprian said, me wouldn't vex with him. At the last part, when I talk about this crime, me want to know, say, me want Andrew Wallace to come out, let everybody know, say, and everybody where they are foreign and I get sent home a criminal, and they're gonna don't treat them like that. Even though maybe what he's saying is that as a society, then go to other country. Maybe when I say still, let me break it down and explain. Maybe myself when they go out of country, go socialize, do anything bad or not, do and Jamaica and get it from, because when you used to be angel before they left Jamaica and go over there, so get some like a bad breed ways where they might try to get you if you put in a long time. And some of the things them, and he must say when you come back with them, like them social, because I hear them talk about bathroom mix up and all them kind of something there. I know somebody come in and say we don't want the bathroom, they mix up man and woman for different, but everybody would go there, so they socialize all them kind of way that it was right, and then they turn around overnight. So all them kind of people, they don't have to pull out them choices, and you know, so now them kind of some people are come back at Jamaica because they been in a prison and them socialize badly and them place. So if no one know, say them people now come here in the society, you know, come infect the rest away and cause trouble. So me I wonder if that him say I'm a label. What if
Well, Cyprian say he didn't say that, and I guess Cyprian is speaking with authority. But guys, I need to move off
I
because
heard it. It was
you're
on. It was his face. That's what I like when you play the video.
yes,
Play the video. Where is the video? Because the video is on Instagram. You
yes,
see what I like
yeah,
video?
I saw the video, and I didn't get to put it in, and but I want to move over to Spice because that's another level of reset thing which is happening again. Um, I got to reset the room, and move on to Spice, because you know, you guys may have read and this whole thing regarding her what do they call it? Dancehall artist Spice Oh No School tour in Jamaica was cancelled due to growing opposition and concerns from various stakeholders. The main reasons are blocking her from touring schools include inappropriate content. Some stakeholders expressed outrage that schools agreed to let the entertainer meet with students given the lewd nature of her music. Moral concerns. The Jamaica Teachers Baptist Union, TBC, reportedly stated that they don't think Spice is fit to be around students. School cancellation. Schools began canceling scheduled visits, leading to the tour being cut short. Public debate. The tour sparked a public discussion about the appropriateness of having artists known for explicit content interacting with school children. Despite the cancellation, some supporters defended Spice. A principal from one of the schools she visited praised the event, indicating that not all educators oppose her presence. The controversy led to a meeting between the Spice and the education minister to address the growing concern and the opposition to the school tour. The Oh No School tours initially planned to visit 10 schools by the end of January 2025, with a stated goal of empowering young adolescents through advocacy of self-worth. However, the backlash and subsequent cancellations have effectively ended the tour prematurely. You know, what's your take on this? You know,
Happy Reggae Month, everybody. Reggae is
Happy Reggae Month. Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, and this is also crucial because this is Reggae Month as well. Um, Spice is
Oh,
reggae. Spice is reggae or dance. It's reggae
well,
and dance
it is a fusion
fusion.
of American music and Jamaican music. I don't know where it got corrupted along the line and where the
Yeah,
socialization went
yeah,
badly, but it is
yeah,
a fusion, the dancehall. It's not purely clean, nice reggae that Bob Marley used to sing. Somehow the world took the reggae over and some parts of it became corrupted, Some parts of it got into other countries. I believe some of it might have gone into the US too and come back how it's like I know it's still. No, I am saying that there's a different way of looking at this. All adults are big people, and there's a place for big people thing. The Jamaican government had rightly banned through law the explicit of playing of music on the radio. However, we have some buses in Jamaica where the police are supposed to be implementing taking out the music out of the buses where the children go in, because some of the buses have become ramping shops.
yes,
And if you sit in a bus in Jamaica, the prime minister, I don't know which year it was that the prime minister had ever sat into a public bus, and probably he would even disguised to see what is going on the fish market going on in those buses and how slack the music is.
yes.
It doesn't belong in those public spaces, let me just tell you. But if I was at home and in house with my husband and Spice start play and the boy back me up in the corner and me and my husband sing that kind of song there, then
Mm.
it's all good. But she has developed, sadly, an image of not so clean lyrics, even though I heard her sing about. There are some few of the Spice songs that don't belong in the bedroom. She's
Mm.
that kind of artist, and children shouldn't be allowed there. But there are some positive things about Sister Spice as a fellow artist. I mean, I don't think I can be totally objective. My dad is a musician, and I'm going to take up for artists to a larger extent.
Yeah.
Not that I'm pulling slackness, but I'm just saying that she could teach. I would, if I would see some good out of what Spice could do. I would do it differently because Spice is a mother, and when Spice is going to her children's school, the wig color changed to black. She
Okay.
dressed in a
Yes,
long money.
yes,
I
yes,
follow her.
yes.
Okay.
Spice, she sang about black power.
Mm.
Spice
Yeah,
is
but
a
Spice started out raunchy with Vibes Cartel.
yeah. Well,
That
she's
was
a
some, me wouldn't even listen to that. Me not
it
listen to
belongs.
that music. That period.
it belongs in the bedroom. But I'm just saying that Spice is a black queen. She sing about blackness and not bleaching out your skin.
Yes.
And she's a woman that is a single parent. She's a child of probably the garrison. I don't know where she is. Spice did go to England and get some qualifications as well, you know. You see how she market herself with her music as an artist.
Yes.
She has done some kind of study. She has a
So
qualification.
she's in the real estate. She's a businesswoman.
Yeah, she's
And
a
all the
business.
different factors.
So if I were the Ministry of Education, I would say, Sister Spice, we like what you're doing, you know. But let me check where you go. They got talk about, and the children are absolutely not allowed to sing. Back me up in the corner at the ramping shop.
No, but this is not the first time she have been doing this for the schools. She always pass out backpacks and different things for the school system.
I'm a Spice fan, you know. But
Let
I
me
keep
tell you something. I will listen to some of our music. I am not the cartel them and me not into them kind of music. Me is an old time person who may listen to
like poor
my
people
Dean
government
Brown
by
and
cartel.
my different, you know,
Cartel
Bob
sing
Andy, and me listen to old time music. But what I'm saying is that the problem with Jamaica school is that it's religion. It's churches that run these schools.
Okay.
And
so
that's the problem.
Michelle, the church now put no money in the school, so all them for have so much
I
say.
don't know, but
Well, I mean, my school, York Castle, which I went to, it was is it Methodist or Baptist? It was Methodist.
right.
I mean, the
It's the
church, all the
churches that
different
run
schools,
the school in
all the
Jamaica.
different schools have a sort of church background to them, unless
Yeah.
they're private, independent. So what they're saying is that, and I think what
So yes, if the
some of-
church run it, no, them not gonna let them a person
Yeah.
like Spice come and
So
speak.
the
You know,
school
you
is
can't. They
not-
say you can't separate the grace from the spice. They're trying to
yes, and I think all right, them have a point, you know. And what I would say to Sister Spice, because I love Spice, I like all those songs. I would sing them to my husband at home, when we're in the corner. So
All
I
right.
would say to Sister Spice, to her, I'm an artist, I sing, to whom much is given. And I said the same thing. When they interviewed me in Africa about Vibes Cartel, I said to him who much is given, much is expected.
Quiet.
Music was the devil's ministry, you know. That's why the Satan, the archangel, if you followed religion, and God did put him out, and he come down here. So he always tries that music to keep it corrupt, you know. And I am just saying that to her who much is given, and it is time to reset. This program is about resetting. So, Sister Spice, I expect to hear a very clean album coming out of you. And I personally will advocate for that album to be directed at a school tour. When the music becomes cleaner, and you know, because there are concerns and I cannot eliminate them, even though I love Mama Spice.
Yeah.
And you know, Lady Saw, she's down in church, but I used to like she too, and I like some cartel music, you know, the one about poor people and you know them thief up the whole land and miss Matalan, where you get them sistine from, but you depend squatterland, you know, me know the cartel song them, you know. And you know, and you could see the tourism that emerged out of the cartel concert. Did you see the planes? The airport was jammed up because of our culture and how
You
music.
mean the cartel? You mean the cartel?
Yes, even though our musicians are not quote unquote politically correct, because Bob Marley himself have one song about Chobam in a church, you know, and him chat some faces sitting to, you know. And let me tell you something. You see the amount of love and outpouring for that brother, that when him come out of prison, the world flew in. So people are taking notice of Jamaica and its culture. And as Reggae Month, I am saying, why is the Jamaican culture not on the supermarket shelves in other countries like the Chinese culture? Why can't it turn into products? It's just the lazy way of getting people there for 1 and 2 festival, and you come to the hotel and the hotel them get tax exemption and the government get for them cut out of something. I am saying that our culture needs to be reset and its implementation on a global level, and come talk about the crime and those things. We want to hear, when we want him come address some Reggae Month, when we want him tell me about, you see, a Reggae Month, and how much can a sardine I go call reggae sardines put past some supermarket shelf. Imam Babsy Grange. All them do I keep something for people dance and cock up and wine up to. No one know when it got turn in a sardine.
I was thinking, Michelle and Vanessa and people who are listening, that a fantastic thing for Reggae Month in Jamaica, just like our Vibes Cartel had is Freedom Street, they should have a reggae show where everybody, all of the key artists, are they having anything like that?
I am perform. I'll give you I am
Yeah,
performing. You see,
yeah.
the Reggae Month is different venues take on the logo
Okay,
and they keep. But
right.
I am performing on Monday at the Saranac Lake Winter Carnival,
Oh, that's
and
the
which is
one.
the
Okay,
border of Canada. This winter
okay.
carnival in the middle of winter, where it is minus 310, minus 420, if they build an ice castle, and when they build the ice castle, they carve Elvis Presley and all of their kings. They have
Yeah,
different events every year. Somebody is crowned reggae. Sorry, winter carnival king and queen. Now I am thinking we have this thing where it's Marcia Griffiths and Bob Marley are the king and queens. We need some reggae princes and princess to be crowned, and they have to have musical abilities.
yes,
Additionally, I am looking at this festival and how, because you put your thing on a calendar and the calendar is promoted globally, so people have, and it's 3 whole weeks in the bitter cold that these people, and they've graciously invited me to represent Bob Marley and sing, some of Bob Marley's song, and that is on Monday. So what I'm saying is that how our culture is, because they get crazy when they know I'm Jamaican and crazy. And the next thing I'm trying to get some kind of festival, Jamaica purely reggae, and
yeah,
I wanted to have the festival in a building. And do you know something? Them wheel me out. They're like, they want it outside. And I say, why? They say, because we want the Jamaican food, and this building are not enough for the whole community. Come out, come eat. No, if we had such a festival, apart from Grace Kennedy and
yeah.
and all of this, how is it that how we can get more companies like Grace Kennedy through the reggae culture and harness that money to alleviate people coming to people's country and becoming deportees? I want the culture to benefit the economy more. And that's what I want the Prime Minister and the Minister of Culture to come and tell me in this reggae month. Yeah?
Mm.
What they're going to do.
So the Reggae Month is not, is it just for Jamaica or is it for worldwide or so, Vanessa?
The reggae month is really it's Jamaica's celebration of reggae
Okay.
music on a global level. So anybody can adopt the reggae month thing and keep
Mm.
a reggae event. But Jamaica blows it up where you have different venues, everybody, because I am going to 1, 2, 3 events and they're all reggae month. But what I'm not seeing the Ministry of Justice do, like how they have a big castle here and they're
Yes.
having a winter king and queen. I am not seeing in this month here the tourism must hike, and because we keep broadcasting crime, so
Mm.
people don't feel free, so them can't go down a Tivoli go out one session, you know, our matches lane, so them can't go skin out and dance because them want ear spice tongue. They so them not feel free for walk about na the island and just go to these events, the tourists, because we are broadcasting that people coming home and people living there, all you hear about is crime. Crime is like seasoning salt in everything where we broadcast. I need them to put those criminals under control, as they are saying. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about that. I want to hear about business, money, culture, and economy. I want to hear how much trillions that
Yeah.
Jamaica make at Reggae Month because of the culture and the exportation thereof. The world should be in
Yeah.
Jamaica. In fact, the world is coming here for the Winter Carnival,
If
and
we
it's been kept in Reggae Month.
yeah, if we just go back a bit about the question regarding spice, I can see a comment which says you can't separate the messenger from the message. Spice going to school is not the best decision. The songs promote sex and explicit vulgarism. Student won't care about your message of no sex. Do you think? I mean, I watch sometime when students are in schools and maybe an artist goes in there and the children like singing. They just know the songs. I wouldn't be surprised if the children know all of Spice songs.
I want to ask you a question. You don't know the Spice song. You
No,
you didn't see you didn't see when Cartel Spice put her foot on Cartel shoulder on the stage at the concert, and him girlfriend, she was smoking. She took a puff and turned her head one side, and everybody said Ray, So I'm saying that perhaps it doesn't belong in the schools, and she
Mm,
has to do an album. She have to her, Cypriot is right, to her
mm,
who much is given, Much is expected. And this is Reggae Month too. We do not want to be exporting. Perhaps we need another artist to go around to do a tour of the schools in Reggae Month.
Well, what Cyprian says again, and maybe Cyprian need to come on at some point. Michelle, I'm going to come to you next. He says, why are we having a reggae month? He does like we have Black History Month. Why are we a reggae month? Why, Jamaica's a reggae country.
I was
Michelle,
thinking the same thing too. Really, I was.
It is why we having Winter Carnival up here to celebrate the legends. It's music legends. They are celebrating it for 3 whole weeks.
Venice, I can understand that overseas. I can understand that.
Yeah,
overseas.
that is them.
No.
We need to stop trying to incorporate with what them do.
No, they listen to me. I'm not incorporating. I am
just like what Cyprian said. We're Jamaicans. That's what we're known for in reggae. So we're celebrating our reggae. We celebrate reggae every day.
Okay, but I am saying I would capitalize on it so that these people who are keeping this festival, they have more. It's a tourist area, and there is more tourism influx because they are capitalizing on it, and we need the money. What is it? This is should be an attempt to boost the tourism. But is that what is going on? Can people just go at these? There's 1,001 events going on in this month. That's what the Ministry of Culture is trying to do. But I am not seeing the tourists walking about all over. I'd like to see because that is one of our major source of income. The other source of income is the deportees that send the money home, that coming home now. And send the barrels, and the other source is the tourism, and this must be a plot. I think it's an attempt by Miss Grange and the Ministry of Culture. Big up to them for spreading it out in the island. Now I want to know that the tourists can go out to these events and that there is more influx of people. So we have the symbolism must turn to money.
The tourists will come, and the tourists stay in an all-inclusive, and they don't go out and go out and mingle with the local people.
Yes,
go again. It don't feel right right now. So when you talk about tourists and bring in the tourists and the tourists and the tourists, they stay in the all-inclusive. They don't go out and spend the money with the locals. Them spend it in there. The all-inclusive, them have them taxi yard, whatever that the people them will go and they pay these Indians and these different stores. Pay them for say bring them come up for them store, so it not get for spend with the local there.
Well, listen, I can say there's only one Cartel song that I listen to, and it's Unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
There's
a very important comment down there, Silbert. You see it from somebody. There's a very important comment there.
Do you want me to visit schools in Reggae Month? Is that it?
Yeah.
I will tell the young people about music.
Okay, so we need to strengthen, because we you know what is going on in the reggae. Let us address this, and it needs a bigger forum. For Silver, I'm gonna have to have number 2 with reggae, because what nearly happened was, I remember some months ago I had to basically come on, because basically we had a non-Jamaican who I could see when President Trump talked about the social engineering of mixed genders and the problem it was causing. I likened that to my campaign earlier. Was it last year? Where I got angry and I came out because I felt that there was socially engineering a reggae queen from another country into our. What's her
name? Yeah, I won't mention her name.
I can't call her name, but there was social engineering a reggae queen from another. And what had happened was that no Jamaican female was getting any of the shows abroad. We had become opening acts, if any, because this person was being propelled because there was some kind of gay agenda. And when the reggae music, you understand this, reggae is Rasta's gospel. Just like the gospel of Christians. No, Rastas subscribe to certain things.
Yes.
They don't like the mix-up of the genders and transgender. They don't like, all the things that they don't like. No, what had happened is that the person or certain artists had won the Grammy and had come out in a brief. Also, a number of them had come out as being not what their gender represents on the face of it. So the community that remember, Rastas abroad are white Rastas, black Rastas, Chinese. Bob Marley had colonized, had transplanted the reggae culture globally, and through his religion. Let's not forget that reggae was started is a religious thing. And now people think they could come and go against the grain of what the Rastafari represents. The true Rastas are global. They are all over the world. Yes. And what happened was that there was a shutdown of the Jamaican artists because they were not behaving. not right to the people. They were not behaving right. So basically, this person come across as a genuine Rasta, be it a non-Jamaican, and this person was accepted and being socially engineered and touted, possibly rightly so, as a queen because the levity of the others are not being right. So them they put out Spice out of school now because of it. It's the same thing. Then we kind of put them out. So nobody was getting on the show, and I saw me and a number of people who you couldn't see them. They were white Rastas, Chinese. We had a global meeting behind the scenes. And these people are non-Jamaicans, but they subscribe to the Jamaican type of reggae. And we felt that the reggae queen is still alive. You're not trying to overthrow Bob Marley, who is dead. And I wouldn't go to Trinidad to say I'm a Calypso queen. I could sing Calypso, but to go and fly in the face of their culture that I am a Calypso queen, they would battle me off the stage. So now I am seeing people facing up because they saw this kind of nonsense and they were capitalizing, trying to social it because I run multiple networks in music and law. And I could see the traffic going on. So I stepped out and I said, put my foot down. Marcia Griffiths wasn't on a lot of the shows. Now, when you look at the major lineup, I see that the Jamaican artists are filling all the calendars globally. And the queen is being booked, and rightly so. So the lobby was successful. So let us be very vigilant in this reggae month to guard our culture from culture vultures.
Very much. So therefore, Michelle, sorry. So
how why would you say reggae was a religious thing? I would say reggae was a spiritual thing, not religious.
Well, you're right.
It wouldn't bring religion into it at all.
Well,
because
Marley, you introduced
reggae and Rasta wasn't religion. It was a way of life. That is what Rasta is about. Not with religion. I know you start to the Rasta man them now. I talk about God and I talk about this. Rasta wasn't about that. It was a way of levity. How you live.
Well, many people say God. Many people say God. Even Vibes Cartel now is saying God.
May I say
that's what I said. No, that's what you hear the nowadays Rasta them is saying. You hear them talk about this religion. Them are bring religion into Rasta and Rasta was not about religion.
Okay, I agree with you. That they are different. That the reggae and the Rastafari has different strands. You even have Rastas who some go through Selassie, some go through Jesus, and it
Jesus Christ and them thing there. Yeah. Rasta was nothing about no religion. Period. It was a way of life. How you live your life.
So it was a form of black spirituality, you're saying, and that spirituality included the doing or the not doing of certain things, because spirituality is what keep you on track, and it's like a guideline, it's a compass. So that got mixed up in it, and so what I'm saying now is that this reggae month here, just remember that where our music is coming from, the global spread of our music, because it is misinterpreted or interpreted, as Michelle is saying, as a form of gospel spirituality or religion. People feel like belonging to it. They want to take it as their own. Taking it as their own has economic effects on our artists and our industries and products that should be reggae, culturally related, sensitive product. If you take a man, you take all that into it.
Can I just say that when I listen to the bit about the Black history, when I listen to the February reggae month, when I think about the people going back to Jamaica with remittances, and when I hear talk about the economic factor, you wonder, say, Jamaica should be really far ahead with good management.
So what would we put in place?
Wait. We've got so much things going on. So much, if it is harnessed and managed
properly and managed the right way.
And that's why the whole reset bit now, that if
everybody is for themselves in Jamaica. And let me tell you something. I went on. I don't even want to call him name, but Mr. Who.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna call him name a while ago and say
Mr. Who platform today, and I go and I be in the bushes. I stay in the bushes.
Yeah.
And he was the things that him that saying. I said, well, to me, he's an advocate for what is it, the JLP that's in now? The JLP, You see, me not even know, because I'm not follow up with them.
So if it's his own,
And
Everybody.
there am a like advocate and we am a talk and so I had to come in and I have to say to him, so okay, every day you have these different platforms that all they do is them just talk about where the other one them are saying, what this one I saying, who what's the solution? Come up with a solution.
So you have
You're an artist, and you have lots of influence where you can come up
Spice
with
of a product,
good
their music, look
solution.
here. Their music is the product, Michelle. What's this drink that you have? I heard you have a drink, and that drink is a Jamaican centric, It's a Jamaican centric drink. It's coming from a cultural perspective, or you make that drink, Probably Rasta influence
Beet, strawberries, pineapple, lemon, ginger, fresh coconut water.
Yeah, he was talking about your drink earlier, and that is influenced by our culture. And people see Jamaica as I said, I want to keep a festival. The people them want the music to, but the most thing there was a cobble. I call it cobble about was food, jerk, chicken, jerk, this, jerk, that. And there is so much that we really have to look at some communities or a diaspora, because if I wasn't a part of the diaspora and my exposures did not lead me to a different place where I'm coming to sing, I would not be able to tell you how people view our culture and how they love us. And as Silvern is saying, we now have to think about mentor music.
Yes.
Hold on, Cyprian, onto something, because listen.
Okay.
Are you aware that a number of genres of Jamaican music, hip hop was taken by America? Yeah. Are you aware that a number of genres of Jamaican music are now extinct? And reggae, if we're not careful, would have been taken. I'm telling you, Trinidad, they nearly became the queen of reggae, So if we don't watch out, because in China, I said this before in another forum, that in China, they have what you call language death. And they have 100 languages. And they monitor each one. And if one is dipping, the culture, the language ministry pumps money into it to keep it up. No, mentor is gone, Cyprian. What about the other one? Which other Kumina? Quadrille. They are so and the school children are not, because the school children are not being socialized. The music departments in the school, then of course nobody know why you don't about no music at school no more, except when Spice are going there with our.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
You see, because the Ministry of Culture who is shutting it down and whoever else is not replacing. They are not strengthening our greatest export, which is our music, But anytime they look at artists, them want to do not them shut them down and them criticize it, because Sister Spice might, our music might not clean, but she might have been coming.
Yeah, but she's giving to the community.
Yeah,
I'm gonna should I go in there go perform now and it's music.
At the longest there was the Spice.
So this is why I say it's all politics, because it comes in where it's the schools them is run by the churches, so it's not gonna happen. This is where the difficulty is gonna come in.
Sylvia, you have a question about something, Shensia. You did say it earlier. What was the question again?
Who, me?
Silburn.
Oh.
No. I didn't say anything about Shensia.
I was wondering if it's Shensia that going to the school, if them would have.
Yeah. You know. Sometimes you look at it and I think if it was Shensia, should I get in, because she's pretty and smart. I don't know.
In Black History Month, they treat her different,
When Melvitan Hyde.
Well, in my talk about the
Milverton Hyde, yeah.
Melvitan Hyde. Now you're stereotyping now. Because the have some Rasta don't even smoke or drink nothing.
And them never wear locks. The Rasta them hard to put me telling them.
Okay. Yeah. And you have Rasta we have them long locks and them not smoke, them not do them things there. So stop stereotyping.
Yeah.
No. But I agree with him that they had labeled the Rastafari a cult.
Yeah, that's
And
not well. Yeah, when me come here in the early 70s, and back then we usually afraid of Rasta man because of what them put it indoctrinated in our head. Black art man, and that them usually call them black
we
art
need to
man. And
apologize.
usually afraid when you say a Rasta man because them want to take you and put in a crocus ball
Man,
and break them.
I used to be more afraid of Shaggy from the what do you call it? What do you call him? Jankudo. Jankudo.
Oh,
Yeah,
let me
even
ask
that, you're scared from those things, but that's a part of our culture. That our
I need-
culture that
Hey, baby,
I need a public apology, even though them give some compensation. I need
yeah,
a public apology for how they have treated the Rastas because the Rastas put Jamaica on the map.
yes,
I need a public apology, and additionally, I need the constitution to be amended so
Yeah.
that reggae is the official music of Jamaica, and that Rastafari should be recognized as a religion. Even though you don't want to call it, but I think some kind of record. I don't know how it might be a religion, but I want.
not a religion.
I don't.
Not
You
a
might
religion.
disagree, but me a flying at the face of law because me want Rasta to put in a law, and me want that for status as symbolism, so them know this an official. Well, in Haiti, the official religion is voodoo, So now, I'm not saying that it should be the official because we're a mixed heritage, but some recognition of it as a formal religion, so that it is not talked about as a cult. Because
Yeah.
right now, America and California is growing the Cali weed, and all of that culture come from Rastafari, and they are making millions out of it. And at Jamaica, I want to know how much weed I go to the place, the medical ganja. How much money I make from that now? Because the rest of them start that's up there, How much money I make?
And the rest of them smoke the weed, but and the rest of them start the
Yeah,
business.
but everybody
And the
think
white man them start up that thing there where them start grow them start grow chemically now.
Listen, listen,
no,
and all
not
them
chemicals.
things.
listen. I grew up with Rastas because where I live in Ocherius, the street I used to, have some street. I used to walk through the street when I used to live, and no light was there, and you always have eye lip and what's his name sitting on the ground, sitting and there's who did I go through them? I say, me man, Imore. They call me Imore. My middle name is Seymour. They call me Imore. Go through Imore. And these guys used to take care of you, as a young boy, They used to take care of you, man. I tell you,
Yes.
Fitzy,
But they had us
Fitzy and
scared of them.
Tari. I remember them. Fitzy, they all passed away now. Fitzy,
Yeah, them old
Tari,
people that I was scared
Bongo
of
Threat.
Rasta
One of
man.
them used to be my tailor from Ocherius name. He used to be my tailor as well. I used to love these guys, man. They take care of you, these Rasta guys, man.
And wasn't violent, was some of the most peaceful people them you see. May I
Yes.
tell you?
Yes. But as I said, Mitch,
Well,
Stacey, you remember them, isn't it? Stacey, remember Stacey. Sorry, the lady named Stacey was there. She used to live nearby me. She laughed because she remember they used to give us food.
I have to go. This has to continue because I have a winter festival, carnival, lighting, to go to. And remember, I represent for the Jamaicans up here.
Yeah.
So everybody in the town is looking to see the only Jamaican lady come out there to represent for Bob Marley and Reggae Month. They're looking to see me. So I have to go to the event because they're lighting the castle at around 7 o'clock, and there's a fireworks kicking off the carnival. So and the Winter King and Queen has been crowned, and I got to go. So it's
you have a good night, Vanessa.
I want to go, but I want to always try to round up with some sort of action point. Just like the other day, we are working on the whole thing with civics, teaching civics on TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to teach civics. Me, Vanessa, Michelle, and the team.
Me can't teach it, cause me tell you, me delete my TikTok and I can't get it back again.
Cyprian also. Well, we're going to do it on YouTube.
Let me set up a next one.
No, you can't, because when you go on, it says not available in this country or region.
Oh, until the 90 days is over. So therefore, you shouldn't have deleted it. Is that what it is?
No, right.
All right. Mr. Wayase. All right. So basically, I have to go. I really have to
go.
Okay. Vanessa, you take care of Vanessa. Stay, Michelle,
Yes, okay. Good night, Vanessa. Have a good evening.
Yeah. I like to try to round up with some sort of action point. And what we are seeing, just like I always talk about recently, I talk about civics, to teach civics on the TikTok as well. I think with all of this, what we're talking about, with Spice want to contribute into school, Cartel want to do that, everybody wants to do something. If it is honest, right, Michelle? If these things are honest, right, Jamaica gone great. I mean, great positive things there.
Of course.
At the same time, good management.
Listen, it's poor management. And like I was saying, when the dep on my guy platform and the things and when I said,
Mhm.
I'm a time in, I said, but what is your tell me a solution where you can come up with then?
Yes.
And when I said, when they were saying, I said, well, to tell the truth, both governments, both
Mm.
parties are incompetent. And you must hear, you know, I hear them cuss me out. Come
And
out
consider.
of this and leave. I ain't even bother. I said, well, you know what? These people, they are tribal and them don't have no sense.
I will
Because
listen to. Yeah, go
I
on,
said
please. Go ahead.
both party. I didn't say one party. I said both party are
Yes.
incompetent. No,
Yes.
why y'all say you PNP, come out of your son. Them
Yeah.
rush me out.
But I was listening to Dion Jackson Miller. Somebody on TikTok, Bevanisha said the reality is that the typical Jamaican has a generous spirit, a very big heart, a generous spirit. But I was listening to Dion Jackson Miller, and she said now is the time where trolls are going to be coming around leading up to the election, and she says it's a silly season as well. And she's talking about how people are now sort of scared of sharing their views, sharing their opinions on social
Yes.
media because you got
Yes.
some typical persons, whichever side, are going to come at you seriously, and I believe that is such a very negative thing at this time. And the one of the senators in the one of the political parties, the PNP, Donna Scott Motley, she said something recently that she said both parties somewhat are complicit in corruption.
Yes.
She said that.
And
And
this is
then
what I keep on saying.
yeah, and because recently there was the issue about this guy named Rowe and Dayton Campbell and PNP
I'm
using
so
money
tired of all of it.
they're using money from KSAC to
All of that stuff.
hold on, it goes further for cash money from there. But then Dayton Campbell says he's gonna sue the guy. He's gonna sue what the name? Mr. Vegas.
The most is a Vegas.
Or sue Mr. Vegas. So you see, we are so divided at this time when really and truly we should be somehow using this moment to pull together. Politicians suing people, the prime minister suing that, when really and truly there should be a harnessing spirit. There's no unifying factor, Michelle. There's no unifying force in Jamaica. The governor general should be the person who is above it, if anything, but there's no unifying force there. And that is why I believe that it is important and incumbent upon the people to do it. So, with Spice, what I would say about Spice is that Spice want to do good in Jamaica, bar
Yeah,
lyrics or
yeah.
so like that. She must be somehow given an opportunity to give back and to do good.
And
Because
that's
what
what
will,
she has been doing for a couple of
yeah,
years that I
and what
know.
and what will happen sometime when these things happen and they sort of push them back? These person just throw a rock stone behind them. But I don't think that Spice is that narrow minded and she would do that. Throw a rock stone
No, she
behind them.
had a meeting with them. I think she had a meeting with them.
Yeah, yeah.
She had a meeting with them. She went and had a meeting with them, and I think they are allowing her.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so that's the thing really, and I think the whole reset mentality have to happen, at this time. And Michelle, I really believe that there need to be a Truth and Reconciliation Commission in Jamaica. They need to something that go down deep
Something
and
that
try
go down deep because
deep
the
and
whole
unearth some.
everybody are corrupt because what one division is supposed to be doing, they're not doing it for
Yes,
it's like everybody just into something. Everybody just them just who can piloting and piloting.
yes,
Come
yes.
on.
So yeah. Well, listen, Michelle, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining tonight. And don't make sense we go any further. We have got the message through that there's a united force. When it comes on to Spice, we believe that
Okay.
There's
The
there's
power of the people is the power
stronger
of the people is more powerful than the people
than
in
the
power,
people.
and that's what I'm gonna leave with.
Yeah, and also Michelle, condolences to what has been happening in America with this plane.
Yeah, it's
Um,
sad.
if I
But
was Donald,
something is in something with
some-
that.
something is going down. Something is. I'm
Something's
looking at
going
it.
down.
Something is going down, and we're gonna see how it
But
unfolds.
some just a
eventually.
watch. We just have
Just
to
a watch.
just a watch.
Michelle, take care of yourself.
All right.
Okay. God bless
Yes,
you. Bye
bye-bye.
bye. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining tonight on the show. Thank you, everyone, for contributing. Those on Instagram, those on TikTok, and those on Facebook, and those on YouTube. A very interesting discussion. And I tried to find very interesting discussions, very poignant topics in order to see how we can build, unite, and not divide. And that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to stay away from sometimes some of these topics in Jamaica, really, whereby it gets a bit too divisive, it gets like people are at each other's throat, when really and truly we should at building up each other, feeding each other, and making us better. As I said, we have seen the advent of the chum factor in America. We're seeing what is happening. Persons who are going to be repatriated back to Jamaica. Let's use that word. As a matter of fact, we don't have to use the word D. We can say repatriated back to Jamaica. Those who are being in an unfortunate situation and being repatriated, they will go back to Jamaica with some level of skill sets, and they can contribute to Jamaica. Those who may be caught in criminal activities, the government also can try to find some ways to rehabilitate them, because chances are they may have served their time already. Chances are they could have served their time, and by serving their time, it's time for them to really get back into the system and to rehabilitate themselves. And it's so very important as Jamaicans that no matter what, we should aim not to burn our bridges. We should aim to keep the connection. Like right now, I connect with my brethren. I'm in Jamaica from school days. I still text them every day. Last week, one of my brethren from school days was on it, Tubbs, and every day, me and them a text. Right, I'm in touch with my classmates from high school, my class of '85, York Castle High School. Yeah, and a group with them, keeping that link in all truth as much as possible. It is so important to keep that link. Never burn your bridges, no matter what, because if anything, we are go. You go back a yard. That's all I can say. So in this massive reset, we got to reset our mind. And as with Spice, I say reset the focus to a certain way, because you have something to give to Jamaica. Everyone has something to give to Jamaica to make it better. Like as my organization called, Facilitators for a Better Jamaica. Milverton, see you next week. We can be that united force. Cyprian, big up. Stacy, my neighbor, big up. Miss Pullers, all the best, everybody. And have a good weekend and have a good night. And remember to like and subscribe, much appreciated. Remember to share the show, share the link as well, and let people know about it as well. All right, peace out. Bye-bye. Thank you.